Hey there, Dr. West. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that you can do to help bring in more pet owners to your business when they're looking online. And the reason why I'm doing this is because business owners are just way too busy running their business, so they don't have the time to figure out all the internet stuff. And honestly, a lot of business owners just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to show you a few things you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. No word jargon, no pressure. And if you like what you see and want to chat afterwards, cool, just shoot me a message back. All right, let's jump in. So first thing I like to go over is content and the content on your website. And about that is that you may want to make sure you have enough words on it, right? And I know that sounds simple, but let me explain. When people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does this is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, then Google's going to not be sure what your business is really about and what it does. So right now your site is sitting at about 262 words, and I went ahead and did a word analysis on your top competitor, on one of the top competitors in the area, and they're sitting at a little over 3,000 words. So because they have more words, Google's able to have a better idea of what they're about. Another thing you want to be mindful of are the keywords on your website and how they are placed. Just to give you an idea. Right, so everything that you see highlighted, including the pictures, images, this is what Google looks at when they scan your site. So you want to make sure all of these things that are highlighted have the proper wording and keywords to them. So let's quickly take a look and see. All right, and just from here, this does not have a proper keyword for it. So you just want to go ahead and make sure, like anybody, the person who created your website can go ahead and optimize these photos, icons, and even your logo, just to make sure it's Google can properly know that, okay, this means that this is for you guys, right? These are your keywords. So what I actually want to do next is I want to go over to SEMrush. So this is a tool that just basically lets me peek behind the curtains. It shows me what Google thinks a business is about based on what people are actually typing in Google every month. And I came over here just to look at a couple of things. One of them being your keywords. You guys are ranking for 183 keywords at the moment. I'm just going to take a look at what some of these are. So no focus, this one's okay. So I just want to talk a little bit about these top ones over here. So one of the things you want to be mindful of in terms of keywords is that you don't want to just have keywords centered around your business name, only because not everyone knows your business name. So it'll be a lot harder to attract new clients if you're only shooting for those. So you want to make sure you have keywords that are outside of that, and I'll actually give you an example of what I mean. So we're going to actually head over here to your competitor, same one, and these guys are ranking for 722 keywords. So let's just take a look at what some of these are. All right, again, and the same thing applies to them, but they're not just ranking for their business name. So we're just going to take a look at give you some ideas. All right, so this one's really good. This one's really good. So here's some very, very good keywords. These are some great examples of keywords that I mean. And so these are exactly what people search up. So you want to make sure you have these type of keywords on your website, because that's how your website's going to pop up. All right. So next, what I want to do, but before I talk about that, so number one thing you want to focus on is getting more words on your homepage, and you want to make sure you have at least 1,500 words. That's the sweet spot. Studies have shown that Google prefers for there to be at least 1,500 words, and you just want to make sure the keywords are placed and they are properly placed. So what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to take a keyword and I'm going to place it in Google over here and a veterinary hospital, Norfolk, VA. And then we're just going to go through, the page. Just going to go into the second thing I like to talk about. And that is getting listed in more places. Or, another word for it is citations. So this right here is the map pack, and getting into the top 3 is really huge because that's where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get, and in order to get up there, you need to be listed on a bunch of different websites with your business's name. Here you go, just a picture, just your business's name, address, and phone number. You want to make sure they are all matching perfectly. You want to put it on places like BBB, Yelp, Facebook, CityStar, and many, many more. And the thing is, the more places your info shows up correctly, the more Google trusts that you're a real legit business and will bump you up. And just to further explain, so how to actually go about doing this is that there are tools out there that tell us exactly what citations your competitor has, and then we go get those, as same citations. But we want to get ahead, right? So you don't just want to match them; you want to get listed on everything they're on, plus like 50 to 100 more, because you want it to take a long time for them to catch up, right? Okay, and these are called citations, by the way. So heading on into the last section I like to talk about, and that is getting other sites to link to you, or aka backlinks. And again, you want to be in the top 3 results, all right? And that's again because the higher you are, the more clicks you get. So in order to get up there, you want to have authority, and having authority comes back down to backlinks. And a backlink is just when other websites link back to you. For example, if a local news site or community blog mentions your business and links to your website, that's basically them saying that you guys are legit, and Google sees that and gives you a little boost. But those are kind of the basis of backlinks. However, not all links are created equal. So being in a veterinarian care, you want to make sure you have backlinks that make sense for your business. So, a blog talking about dog care, that is a lot more effective than having something from, say, a bakery or a Pizza Hut, right? Because you don't sell food. And so you want to make sure, you want to be very careful about that, because backlinks can give you no power, or they can actually really harm you. All right, so I'm gonna head back over to SEMrush. This is a tool that also lets us look at backlinks. You guys are sitting at 452 at the moment, and then over here with one of your top competitors, these guys are sitting at 566. And how to actually go about acquiring, more backlinks than them, or actually competing with them, is pretty simple. With tools like SEMrush, we can actually see exactly what backlinks are pointing to your competitor, and then we go get those exact same links for you guys. All right, so it's pretty simple. All right, so in closing, once again, we went over content. You want to get your homepage to 1,500 words. This makes it easy for Google and new clients to understand your business. And then 2, you want to get citations. You want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed on 200 to 300 sites. This will beat out your competition by a long shot. And backlinks. You want to get other relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority. And do these 3 things, and you're going to be way ahead of most of your competition. Now, you can totally take this information I provided you and run with it yourself. I'm cool with that. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, give me a call or shoot me a text at 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this helped. Have a great day. Bye.